This is my world. I have a question.
The modern period and the primacy of the mind over the body. In the previous chapter, we have discussed Descartes' methodical thinking and how it has served as the model for Western modern thought. We recall how Descartes, in the process of doubting, suspended the truth of knowledge learned through the body, as he has established that the body cannot be trusted. As we have seen from the time of Plato down to Augustine, this secondary position of the body to the soul is an unifying thread in the history of philosophy of embodiment. For a long time, philosophers debated whether the mind of the body was more important for the understanding the world. With Descartes, however, the divide between the body and soul became ever more pronounced. This is especially through his formulation of the concepts res cogitans, thinking thing, and res extensa, extended thing. The former refers to the soul, the latter refers to the body. As the terms indicate, the body is viewed simply as an extension or a machine of the mind. Descartes made the difference between the body and soul even clearer. He used the terms res cogitans, thinking thing, meaning the soul, and res extensa, extended thing, meaning the body. He basically saw the body as just a tool or machine controlled by the mind. The impact of this divide between the body and soul can be seen in the way this paradigmatic thinking has organized modern life. Much of the modern way of living puts rationality and the activity of the mind at its center. After Descartes has shown that the foundation of all certitude is cogito, the thing that thinks, whose existence cannot be doubted, a certain priority has been given to the self as a thinking being. This also means that a greater importance is given to the mind's activity thinking. There is a tendency for us to live our lives in a more detached way from our experiences. For example, medical professionals are expected to detach themselves from their patients so they can perform their jobs in a more efficient way. Lawyers in courtrooms have to be indifferent and callous in cross-examining witnesses for the sake of winning their cases. So, doctors are expected to keep a distance from their patients to do their jobs better. Doctors and other medical professionals often need to maintain a degree emotional distance from their patients to make objective decisions, avoid emotional burnout, and manage potentially overwhelming emotional situations. Lawyers in courts have to be tough and unfeeling when questioning witnesses to win their case. So the points highlights the potential emotional detachment required in certain professions to maintain efficiency and effectiveness. Detachment and shrewdness are highly lauded qualities in our modern world. We are warned of the disadvantages of being emotional or allowing ourselves to feel vulnerable. Detachment is a disposition that works well with the mind. Emotions are commonly understood as belonging to the scope of bodily functions. Since this is the common perception in emotions, people who factor in emotions in their activities and decisions are viewed to be less rational, and thereby cannot be taken seriously. In conclusion, today we value people who are emotionally detached and clever. We're told it's bad to be emotional or vulnerable. Emotions are seen as something physical, not mental. So people who make decisions based on feelings are seen as less rational and not taken seriously. And now, let's talk about impact of the priority given to the mind over the body, perception over manual labor.
A clear effect of this priority given to thinking over emotion, or to the mind over the body, can be seen in how we commonly regard human activities in terms of their degree of importance. Today, we put more premium to activities of the mind rather than the body. Take, for example, the case of classifying white-collar from blue-collar jobs. We say that people who work as accountants, doctors, lawyers, or IT professionals should get more paid than janitors, drivers, farmers, and like. This is because we say that the job of white-collar worker is more important and requires more effort. This judgment regarding manual labor is influenced by this long-held hierarchy we make between the soul, mind, and the body. So the text argues that societal prioritization of mental labor over manual labor is evident in how we value different jobs. White-collar jobs are deemed more important and higher paying than blue-collar jobs, reflecting a long-standing hierarchy between mind and the body.
View against women. Another manifestations of this is seen in the general attitudes towards women. Sociologists have shown how the functions of the body, emotions, and reproductions have been associated with the functions of women, whereas functions of the mind, rational, calculated, critical thinking, and detached analysis have been associated with the functions of men. While there is no functional base of the realizations of these functions, this kind of thinking is hardly questioned by society. Until today, in many parts of the world, women's place in society takes on a less important secondary position in relation to men. Explanations. Society has a long linked women with physical and emotional roles like caregiving and reproductions while associating with men with mental abilities. Even though this restrictions isn't based on fact, it continues today causing women to be seen as less important than men in many areas of life. 90% of the most important leadership positions all over the world are given to men. From critical point of view, this trend cannot simply be attributed to the way things are. The understanding of the functions of men and women on the one hand and the unquestioned of the body related to the mind on the other hand as much as to do with this demographic of leadership positions. Feminist philosophers have attacked this and problematized mentality through many approaches. One approach is to look into the unquestioned assumptions of the body as secondary in relation to the mind. Another explanation, most top leadership roles are still occupied by men, not because men are naturally better leaders, but because of traditional beliefs that value of the mind linked to men over the body linked to women. Feminist thinkers change this mindset by questioning why the body is considered less important than the mind.